Tonight is our Tonight is our welcome to scholars. So 5 o'clock, welcome. You all are here for that. So you can check that off of your list of things that are happening this year and this month. Next deadline is going to be your didactics pre-test deadline. And that's going to be need to be completed by Friday, February 9th. That is your modules, which you all will get access to starting tomorrow. If you haven't already, you'll receive an email with login instructions from chwf@gmu.edu. The next thing we have is a deadline to meet with your center director one-on-one. So tonight you'll probably, when you break into your groups, you're going to talk about how do I schedule that one-on-one meeting and what's going to happen during that meeting, and your center directors will be able to fill you in on all of that information. But what that is just a chance for you to have some one-on-one time to talk about your goals for finishing school and finishing the didactics and clinical rotations within the program, so it can make sure that everything is manageable and easy to accomplish for you. The next thing we actually have a date for this. It says the Virginia AHEC Scholar Development Workshop. That's going to be on Tuesday, March 19th at 6 p.m. It'll be about an hour. And our own Henry Lewis, who is a wellness coach, is going to talk to us about how do we build and maintain healthy habits and to help mitigate stress and burnout and all of those things that we feel as we're trying to go to school and manage a whole host of other things going on in our life. So please put that on your calendars. And of course, we'll send out reminders and emails with information about how to access that session. The first stipend will happen in March, and you'll see that there's a list of things that you need to be able to complete in order to receive your first stipend payment. And Abby is going to go over that in a little bit more detail a little bit later in the session. And then Tuesday, April 30th is the deadline to have your second meeting with your center director. And that's just a check-in to make sure that you don't have any issues, that your plan is going well, or maybe you need to change your plan for accomplishing the didactics and the clinical rotations. So that's just a time to reconnect with your center director and make sure everything is going well. And then our year one program completion deadline is Saturday, June 15th, and that's when you've got to have your didactics clinical hours year one program evaluation completed. And if that doesn't seem doable and you make a plan, that's something that you'll work with your center director. So please don't freak out from these deadlines. We're just trying to give you an idea of what to expect as you move forward in the first year of your scholars program. We're so excited to have you here as well. Abby, did you want to go over the program expectations?
Yes, I will go over these. All right, so if you guys have signed your acknowledgement form, these probably recognize these. But I also want to take this time to tell you that these are in the student handbook. You all will be getting a copy of the handbook after this meeting, so you can go over all of this prior to or after the meeting. But these are our expectations. So of course, participate in the Virginia AHEC Scholars Program for the next 2 years. And these will be academic years, not calendar years. So you'll complete the program in 2025. 80 hours of didactic education. So the didactics will be the stuff you're taking online. So those are your courses that you'll be enrolled in. 80 hours of clinical training with an approved preceptor at an approved site. And if you have questions about clinicals, where they'll be taking place, who you'll be working with, you can ask those questions in your breakout groups. Meet with your assigned center director no less than 2 times per year. It's important that y'all are checking in and telling them what's going on, making sure everything's going okay. And that's just so they can keep an eye on things. Attend program orientation at the start of each program year. Complete a program evaluation survey at the end of each program year. Complete a 1-year post-program survey in 2026. So once you've graduated and you're a year on, we want to know how you're doing and what you're doing. And then update contact information prior to graduation and update any change of status in health professional program to your AHEC Center Director. And this is our first page on stipends. We have two, but this is like the basics. So Virginia AHEC scholars will receive 4 stipend payments of $250, and this will be paid out at the beginning and end of each program year. And your stipend payments will be paid out through Bill, which I believe it's like bill.com, via check or an ACH transfer. So upon receipt of the completed acknowledgement and W-9 forms, scholars will be enrolled, and you'll then receive an email communication with this subject line, Virginia AHEC Scholar Stipend Payment Enrollment. And the email will instruct you to essentially log in, and then you'll submit all of your banking information so you can be paid. And this information will also be in the student handbook. Did you want me to go ahead and do this one too, Amy? Okay. So this is the second part of the stipends. This chart, also in your handbook, just kind of shows you the layout of what things will look like. So once you get your first stipend, or to get your first stipend payment, you'll return your acknowledgement form, submit your W-9, attend the Virginia AHEC welcome session, complete pre-test and online modules, and attend an individual meeting with your center director, and that will be your first one. For your second payment, you'll have to attend the second meeting with your AHEC Center Director. You'll complete the online modules for year 1 and the post-test, and you'll update all of your contact or payment information if this applies to you. So if anything has changed in that time, you'll want to make sure you update it so we're sending that money to the right place. You'll also complete 40 hours of clinical training in a rural and or underserved area with an approved preceptor. And you'll also complete your year 1 post-program survey. For stipend payment 3, you'll attend your year 2 program orientation. You'll update that payment information and contact information again. That way you keep us up to date. Complete your pretest in your online modules, and then attend that third meeting with your center director. And then for your last final stipend payment, you'll attend another meeting. You'll complete it's supposed to say year 2, I believe, online modules and post-test, and then update any information if that's applicable. Complete that next 40 hours of clinical training, and then complete your year 2 or like your final post-program survey.